Her message lit up my phone at 11:47 p.m. A single paragraph, not an apology, not a question, a confession delivered like a grocery reminder. I met someone at the conference. We're in a situationship. It happened fast. For a moment, I just stared at the screen, the blue glow carving out the edges of my face in the dark living room. Behind me, the refrigerator hummed. Something in me hummed with it, low, electric, dangerous. I typed one line. While we're married? A bubble appeared, vanished, appeared again. It's complicated. Complicated. I felt the words settle inside my chest like ice water dripping into a metal basin. Slow, measured, violent only in temperature. I didn't reply. There was nothing to say that would fit inside a text message. Instead, I looked at the hallway where our wedding photo still hung. 2 people smiling. 2 people lying. One knowingly, one not. A buzzing started in my ears. Quiet, steady. The sound of something cracking. By the time her next message arrived, "We'll talk when I'm back Sunday," I already knew Sunday would look different than she imagined. I stood, walked to the closet, and pulled down the suitcase. Not mine, hers. The zipper echoed in the silence, sharper than her confession, sharper than the truth she thought I wasn't ready for. But I wasn't the one who wasn't ready. She was, and she had no idea how ready I'd become. The flight she was on had been booked a month ago, a professional development conference. She said it with that practiced tone she used whenever she wanted me to stop asking questions before I even formed them. I didn't suspect anything then. I should have, but I didn't. It was the slow drift I noticed first. The way she started laughing at her phone, the way she angled the screen away, the sudden, careful makeup before work. The new perfume, she said, was a sample. Small things, quiet things, the kinds of things marriage absorbs until it doesn't. But the call 2 nights before she left stuck with me. She stepped outside to get fresh air, but she forgot the living room window was cracked open. Her voice carried through the frame, low, warm, almost nervous. Not the way she spoke to me. She said, "I can't wait to see you." I remember freezing, dish towel in hand, staring at the floor like the wood might answer the questions forming in my skull. She returned inside with that same neutral smile she wore on autopilot. I didn't ask who it was. I watched her, studied her, memorized her tells. She avoided my eyes. Her hands shook when she picked up her tea. She double-checked her phone every 30 seconds. And when she kissed me goodbye before the trip, she missed. Her lips hit my cheekbone. A miscalculation. The first honest mistake she'd made. I didn't accuse her, didn't confront her, didn't show a flicker of suspicion. I simply let her walk out the door, thinking she controlled the narrative. She didn't realize I'd finally stopped trusting her long enough to start observing her. And observation leads to clarity. Clarity leads to truth. Truth leads to endings. The night she left, I started pulling threads. Quietly, deliberately. I checked her laptop. She'd forgotten to log out. Not stupidity, just arrogance. The messages were all there. Late-night chats, heart emojis, hotel plans. A man, married, older, promising her freedom. Freedom from me, presumably. I didn't rage. I didn't break anything. I didn't even close the window. I just read. For hours. Then I emailed a lawyer. Then I drafted papers. Then I made arrangements. Not emotional ones. Logistical ones. Her clothes, packed into the suitcase she'd be so confused to see. Her toiletries in a neat line beside it. Her ring, she'd taken it off days ago, placed on top like a decorative bow. I moved through the house like a surgeon. Cold hands, steady breathing, no wasted motion. By Saturday, I'd canceled her supplementary credit card, changed the locks, and reviewed our bank statements. Every transfer she made to fund her conference trip had been documented and forwarded to the lawyer. I wasn't preparing for a fight. I was preparing for a transition. When evening came, I stood in our kitchen and replayed her message again. We're in a situationship. Situationship. The word tasted like spoiled fruit. By midnight, everything was ready. All that remained was the truth itself. And she delivered it beautifully. Her message arrived Sunday morning. A photo, 2 wine glasses, a hotel balcony, a man's hand half in frame. Followed by, "I'll explain when I get home. Please don't overreact. It just happened." I stared at the photo, zoomed in, steadied the reflection in the window. Her, leaning into him. There was no more room for interpretation, no more space for denial or hope or excuses. I didn't reply. When she walked through the front door that evening, she froze. Her suitcase sat by the entry table. Her ring rested on top. A folder lay beside it, labeled with her name. She stared at them, then at me. "Why are my—" "Sit," I said. She sat, hands trembling, eyes darting. I slid the folder toward her. Inside, the printed messages, the financial logs, the photos she thought she'd hidden, and the divorce packet. She inhaled sharply, like the air had knives in it. How long have you known?" "Long enough." She reached for my arm. I stepped back. "Let me explain," she whispered. "You did," I replied, "in real time, with detailed updates." Her face folded inward, panic rising. "It was a mistake." "No, a mistake is accidental." I pointed to the photo. This was curated. She crumbled then, hands to face, shoulders shaking. Her guilt finally louder than her entitlement. I didn't raise my voice, didn't insult her, didn't offer comfort. I simply watched her unravel under the weight of her own choices. And then I handed her the final page, the one where I'd already signed. "You can continue your situationship," I said quietly, "just not with me in the picture." She looked up, eyes red, lips trembling. "You're leaving me?" "No," I said, "you left first." The truth hit her harder than the paperwork. She didn't beg after that. She just stared at me as if realizing too late that she'd misplayed the one person who never needed to raise his voice to end things. After she left, the house felt wider, quieter, correct. Not healed, just truthful. And truth has its own gravity. I walked to the window, the one she used to angle her phone away from, and looked at the reflection staring back. Not broken, not devastated, just done. There's a strange calm that comes when someone shows you their true face, and you finally stop pretending you don't see it. She wanted complicated. She got clarity, and clarity is irreversible. I locked the door behind her. A soft click. The cleanest ending I've ever heard.